And I spoke to the organizers at endlesscanvas.com. They are telling me that they're going to open this whole area up for gallery hours.
The victim hopes people who recognize the man in the video will call the San Francisco police.
Camping out in front of City Hall violates municipal code, but the city says they'll allow protesters to stay so long as they're peaceful.
As you can expect, this city always floods when it rains.
Baggage fees are definitely the cornerstone of all our searches.
There is a shooter in the building, you know where to go. You know where you can hide.
As ugly as the duckling was, it didn't come cheap. Children's Fairyland paid $10,000 for it, and now they're struggling to raise money to rebuild a new one.
We wanted to see how far the predator actually lived from the 10-year-old, so we set the odometer to 0. But it turns out we didn't even need to drive to the address. We could have walked, because he only lives 0.4 miles away.
The cost of cleaning up all this graffiti is essentially being passed on to you, the consumer. The idea is to designate at least 10 walls like this where artists can go crazy within reason.
The soap opera at sea began with a boat heist. The 82-foot Darling disappeared from its Sausalito slip before dawn. And when it surfaced this morning, it was stranded, and so were the 3 pirates who allegedly pillaged it.
They're not pirates.
Well, at least one of them could have passed for one.
One of them had a prosthetic leg.
After hours stuck on a sandbar along Lindamar Beach in Pacifica, authorities finally convinced them to walk the plank and head to the clink.
What were you thinking?
Leaving their booty on board.
I don't know if they're intoxicated, but there was a lot of alcohol on board.
They probably were having a few drinks and fell asleep.
The battered boat left bobbing like a beached whale.
And we're hoping to get a tug here and get them married up and pull it to sea.
This could be a while.
Once high tide rolled in, divers tied a landing craft to the Darling.
That's a landing craft that it's hooked up to.
It seemed to be making progress.
Pull it back out. It looks like the line just snapped.
The line just snapped?
Yeah, they're gonna get a tug that's on the way here.
You guessed it, they're going to need a bigger boat.
At Lafitte, the chef treats every slice of foie gras like a Monet brushstroke, plated with the color and form of Matisse. Russell Jackson says culinary school never trained him how to dodge a knife or a bullet.
I've received death threats. I received daily emails.
As owner of Lafitte, Jackson was the first Bay Area chef to host foie gras dinners, raising money and awareness to stop the July 1st ban on foie gras. As the diners came, so did the protesters. Then came the email threats.
We're going to stuff a tube down your throat and feed you till your liver bursts.
Jackson says he wasn't fearful until animal rights activists firebombed cattle trucks at Harris Ranch. Then he thought,
eco-terrorism that's been committed in California.
Fearing the same activists would exact similar revenge on his Embarcadero restaurant over foie gras, Jackson went extreme.
I purchased a Kevlar vest.
And not just any vest.
This would be what a police officer would wear. There are other chefs that have had their families photographed and threatened. They've had death threats that have happened for them.
But the activists who recorded this undercover video in Sonoma of ducks being force-fed to fatten their livers before slaughter caused Chef Jackson an outright lie, claiming he's attempting to seek publicity for his restaurant. Then they sent this video clip.
Send me an email here at the restaurant if you guys want to seriously sit down and have a real conversation.
We do.
Yeah.
The Animal Protection and Rescue League and Change.org says Chef Jackson showed no fear of their protest.
You know, it was suggested to me by a city official that it would be in my best interest to find and make sure that I was protected.
Protection that includes a breastplate designed to stop a blade and a bullet. In San Francisco, Robert Lyles, CBS 5.
We're at Epic Indoor Skate Park. There's a bunch of scooters everywhere, Like, there's nowhere you can look inside the park and not see somebody riding a piece of metal with 2 wheels on it.
I'd like to remind you guys are at the Lucky Scooter Parts Epic Jam.
We're having a scooter comp. It's the second one we've had here. We're starting a new sport. Like, any skateboarding started here, we got to start somewhere. So. There's people here from Australia. people here from France and everything, and we all come together and like ride and hang out, and it's killer. I love it. I think it's cool how there's parents here and everything supporting their kids.
Watching my son in the competition here. This is absolutely outstanding. It's great for the kids.
And there's definitely like a younger generation involved with scootering.
People judge us because we're on scooters.
Scooters don't really get a lot of love, especially in the streets. So, I mean, it's cool that they can come and, you know, come together and do this, definitely.
Yeah, you're not going to see any skaters.
Probably because they knew there was going to be a lot of scooter riders and they wanted to hit up an outdoor skate park.
I think I can count on half of one of my hands how many skaters are out here today. There's one right there. There's one right there. I think I'm the third one. I got six fingers on my hand, so that's half.
I'm pretty excited about what's to come with this today and in the future.